14, verses 28 and 29. Ye have heard how I said unto you, I go away and come again unto you. If ye love me, ye would rejoice, because I said, I go unto the Father, for my Father is greater than I. Verse 29, and now I have told you before it come to pass, that when it comes to pass, ye may believe. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakah Kadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well. Peace and blessing and salutation to the elect men who continue to push this truth. Shalom, Makim. Shalom. All right. Straight to the point. Real quick video. Okay. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. All right. The global supply chain shortage. The global supply chain shortage. What is that? All right. It's called GDP. Gross domestic product. Okay. The amount of goods and services that enters into a city from a consumer, okay, from the supplier, okay. These products enter in, okay, through the truckers, all right. And if you've been watching the news, even Dabu 7, he did a video on it, and it's been all over. He's on Natural News, okay. The end of the beginning, okay, beginning of the end, however you want to word it, all right. Just type it in on Google, it's gonna pop up. Okay, these truckers over there in Canada, okay, are going on strike. All right. So what's happening over there and across the globe, okay, will soon come to the States, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, a global supply chain shortage. Okay. So in the article that I have from Slate.com, it states why grocery store shelves are bare again, and on the internet. They're calling your president, okay, your president, all right, bare shelves Biden with a hashtag, bare shelves Biden with a hashtag, okay. It's an inflation that will increase. I think it was a senator named Ron Paul, whatever his name is, the Edomite, okay. He said inflation is at a peak right now, and it will get much, much higher and much, much worse as the course of the year goes on, okay, leading to hyperinflation, okay, and pulling up, just jumping out of the vehicle, I seen they're saying all this is expected to peak at $100 a barrel this year, all right, so this thing is not going anywhere. These are the beginning of sorrows, as it says in the scriptures, all right. Matter of fact, let me read that, man. Let me get that real quick. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17. The prophet Esdras, also known as Ezra, okay, the same person. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17. He says, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? For seeing these type of events that are going to happen in America. He was pained in the spirit from seeing these things. Okay? What are these things? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Now they're going to cut these towers on to tomorrow. Okay? And even Verizon and AT&T said they're going to have to cancel some flights because it can cause catastrophic events. Because they don't know what the hell can happen. Okay? And these people who have taken that juice, okay? This is the beginning of your sorrows right here. Your mournings. Okay? The beginning of famine. Here it is. Bare shelves. It's the beginning of that famine. And great death. And that's all going to tie in. Okay? One event happened. One event happened. One event happened. Okay? All leading up to the Karama. Okay? All this is going to lead up to the Karama. Okay? The bare shelves, that's going to lead up to the Karama. Because you're not going to be able to buy or sell. You're not going to be able to fill your grocery store baskets. Okay? Unless you have that charagma inside of your forehead or inside of your hand. According to Revelation 13, verse 16. Okay, thus saith the Bible. All right? And it says, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. Okay? Speaking on that. All right? The White House issued a PSA today saying the Russians can invade Ukraine at any given moment. Okay? They've surrounded the whole area. Okay? So at any given moment, this whole ordeal can go down. All right? And this is also speaking of what? When these bare shelves begin to be emptied all the way, when there's no food inside of these stores, you're going to have race wars on these streets. Okay, the brother out of Chicago, Malcolm, did a video on it. Okay, specifically speaking with the Edomites saying, we're tired of this shit. When are we going to take the guns and hit the streets, okay, and bring terror upon this place, man? Okay, basically what he was saying. They stole the election, okay? How much more are we going to sit back and not act? Let's get our guns and let's start to act on these streets. And you're going to have these other militia groups who are all set up by George Soros, the Edomite, okay? The Black Lives Matter movement, or the Not Fucking Around Coalition, okay? The Proud Boys, okay? It's going to be all-out war, as it says in here, the beginning of wars on these streets. So when you hear about civil unrest, what they doing over there in Kazakhstan, they killing police over there. Okay, the president of France, he's saying the ones who don't have that juice inside of them, okay, we're gonna make your life miserable. Okay, so this thing is just spreading all the way across the world, and when this thing hits America, it's a wrap. So what we're witnessing here is the decline of Babylon the Great. Okay? The downfall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, beginning with the chief house, the Amalekites. Whether you want to call them the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, they're all the same people. You're all known as biblical Edomites according to the Bible. Let's go. And the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evil, these powers of these other kings of the earth. Biden, okay, the prime minister over there in Israel, okay, the Ayatollah in Iran, the president of China. When these things begin to hit, okay, and families already happening over there in China already. They on lockdown, okay? Soon it's going to be a global lockdown because Esau's going to let something way, way, way worse than what's going on out here right now. It just said these are the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, okay? The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? From being pain in the spirit, where we know what we're doing, okay? What are we going to do? What are we doing? We're rejoicing in these times, okay? Not getting down. Yes, we're going through, brothers catching all type of hell right now, okay? We'd rather catch hell on this side, okay, than to endure Jacob's trouble, all right? Because Jacob's trouble is not for the elect. Okay, it seems like the 2/3 are just living it up. They've got their consolation on this side, reap the benefits, their pleasure. These women out here, Scripture says she that liveth in pleasure, is dead while she living. These women are living it up, but the men of the Lord are catching hell. But soon that's finna change. Well, we're gonna start getting W's, and Jake is gonna start taking these L's. You 2/3. Women and men, resulting to one of these calamities. Either dying in these race wars, dying in the famine, okay? Dying from this juice, okay? Ultimately, all right? Dying in these concentration camps, okay? Dying by the thermonuclear war, dying by wild beasts of the desert. Because once all these things fully hit and it's no return, I'm talking about fully hit, because we're entering into the beginning stages of it. So when it climaxes to where Michael has to come down, Daniel 12:1, all bets are off. Okay? So in the article it states, it says grocery stores and food supply chains have been stretching themselves throughout the so-called thing that's going on right now to keep products in stock. But the onset of the juice is now upending operations across the board. So just as you had the crash in 2008, okay? Global markets were down. Just seen it today. NASDAQ, the Dow went down 500 points a day. The economic system is on its way out. And they're going to usher in a new system. Okay? Cyber attacks. That's been happening everywhere. Still happening. They had another one the other day. You had a big fucking tsunami that hit over there in, is it in Togo or something like that? Okay? Don't quote me on that. Okay? But a big tsunami just hit the day before yesterday. Along with cyber attacks. So a big one is coming that can immediately usher in the digital system that they want. And this is all controlled. This famine that's finna hit is all controlled. Okay? And it's the Most High using Esau Edom to control it, to hold back. Okay? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It says in the grocery stores themselves, outbreaks among staff are exacerbating already existing labor shortages. Labor shortages, people not coming to work. People are calling in saying, we're feeling bad. Okay? We have a high temperature. Okay? Runny nose, sore throat, itchy throat. Okay? People calling in sick. Okay? Labor shortages. People are sick and tired. Okay? It's not paying enough money. Okay? Due to the inflation, people are not going to be able to get their goods and services on a daily basis as they once were prior to this thing happening in 2021. That's going to cause race wars. Okay? People invading, okay, the governments, the politicians, okay, these judges. Okay? It says what? Already existing labor shortages stemming from the Great Resignation. Okay? So the Great Depression that happened in 1929, the thing that's coming now is going to make it seem like that never even happened. Okay? It's going to be on a whole nother level. Jeremiah 30:7, a time unlike none other. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. It's like Ecclesiastes. All right? Ecclesiastes, real quick. All right? Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, straight to the point, chapter 12 and verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, okay? Who are the keepers of the house? Okay? Ultimately, it's Esau Edom, but it trickles down to these Democrats and these Republicans. All right? Which are known as what? The plebeians and patricians, going back into the pre-existing Roman Empire, who's been healed and has risen up again. Okay? These Democrats and Republicans, they're trembling right now. They're at odds right now. And you seen that when this thing first happened. Okay? How they were going at it. Mitch McConnell, the Edomite on the Republican side. Sarah Palin, the Democrat. Okay? On this side over here. They were going back and forth. Okay? You saw Trump and Biden going back and forth. Okay? Saying we need to give more money to these people. They were paying Jakes to stay at home and not go to work. Because these small businesses were shut down. They were paying people more to stay the fucking home throughout this whole course of the thing, man. And what did people do? People fucked that money off. Okay? They tacked on, I think it was like, was it $500 or $600 to every state? Okay? Depending on how much the wages were. Okay? Some unemployment benefits were higher than others. Like the one over there in like Cali. Because the cost of living is higher. Okay? They were getting more. Okay? I think they're getting like $1,200 more. Down here, Mississippi and Louisiana, the two of they 49 and 50 amongst everything. Okay, last to get everything, last in the school system, last in the education. Okay, the economy is worth a shit down here. They were getting like $800 or $850 a week. Okay? So it says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. That's labor shortages right now. Okay? Labor shortages are happening. All right? So it says, all right, jump down, not going to be too much longer. It says, groceries have struggled to get their hands on certain items due to similar staffing shortages, once again, up the various food supply chains they rely on, forcing them to seek out different brands or to simply leave the shelves empty because of the inflation. People don't have enough money to buy them. Going in there just racking the fucking grocery basket up to the fullness. That's happened. That's over with. Okay? You went down to a limited amount of items. Okay? People don't have enough money to get in their cars, okay, to go get shit right now. That's why they have a thing called DoorDash. Okay? To where you make the money, okay, you can immediately get the money after that day, deposit to your account to keep your gas going to deliver these products. So when these truckers are not able to enter into the city, this is the beginning of the famine. Okay? According to the Bible, this is the worst way to die. In the book of Lamentations, it speaks on that. Okay? Not having a damn thing to eat. The second Ezra, chapter 16, in verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. These things that are happening and will continue to happen are sent as scourges. For who? For the wicked. Okay? And these things are happening to get the Israelites to come to repentance. That's our job, to get on these videos, okay, on the highways and hedges, at home, wherever you may be in your car, or doing an epistle, okay, to push this word so it won't be no excuse when this thing hits. So the Lord himself will be justified in killing you through one of these events right here. Let's read these events. Jumping down, verse 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think, the 2/3, you're going to think yourself what? To be in good case. Oh, I'm good now, man. I was getting that unemployment, man. I got all Black Friday, I got all the TVs, okay? Finna get this income tax coming in, okay? I'll start the new year off right. You're going to think yourself to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth. Sword, that's one. Race wars, okay? Alternate thermonuclear fire, famine, okay? And great confusion. People not knowing what the fuck to do, okay? Which way to turn? This way, that way. Should I go seek the men of the Lord? Or should I go take the Beetlejuice, okay? Should I crowd like Bun B did over there in Houston, or when it got cold and they had a beginning time of Jacob's trouble over there, which was last year, man, when there was no water, okay? People had to so-called make water in their tub, okay? And strike a match under a big ass pot, okay? But this thing, when it hits, as I said before, when this thing hits this time, okay, it's no turning back, man. All it's gonna take is one event to trigger off these the full measure of the four winds spoken of in Revelation 7th chapter, and it's over with, man. Just one event. It could be the economic crash. It could be through the famine, okay? It could be through a so-called terrorist attack, okay? It's multiple ways that Yahweh Shah can do this. According to Isaiah 55:8, his thoughts are not our thoughts. We can say what we think is gonna happen, but the Lord has something totally above our imagination to what's gonna happen. It could be a fucking EMP attack. Okay? It's a variety of ways. Okay? But these things that are listed in the scriptures are going to happen. Yahweh Shah said in John the 14th chapter, which I read, okay, he tell you these things before time, okay, so when they begin to happen, ye may believe. This is that's why you're seeing these Israelites who took weeks and years off. Now they want to come back on the scene because they seeing these problems happening right now. It don't work like that, homeboy. Okay? So last verse. All right? Verse 22, secondary 16 and 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So if you dodge one, you go run into the other. Okay? You dodge the famine, you go run into the sword. These race wars. You dodge the race wars, you go run into the teeth of wild beasts. You dodge the teeth of wild beasts, you run into the nuclear fire. You dodge the nuclear fire, you're going to meet Yahweh Shah himself. Isaiah 66 and 15 backs what I'm saying up. Okay? The Lord himself is going to get you. And if you run up on the king himself, the Hamashiach, the real one, okay, the dark-skinned angelic being, okay, who said, I will not meet thee as a man, that means the Lord really hates your ass. He wants to get you himself to let you dodge all these events to finally meet me and the Elohim. Man. All right. So it says, the video probably finna cut off. All right. It says,